A Mind for Numbers by Barbara Oakley. Summary. Even if math and science aren't your strongest subjects, A Mind for Numbers will show you how to master these subjects more quickly and effectively while also enhancing your skills. Your habit will eventually protect you if you keep it safe. Do you enjoy math or detest it? Like most individuals, you probably have a strong opinion on one side of this issue. What if no one is simply poor with numbers? Though, what if you or anybody else could become proficient in math and science? Apparently, regardless of how bad you think your math abilities are, you can always become better. You can develop new skills since your mind is not static. With her book, A Mind for Numbers, How to Excel at Math and Science, Barbara Oakley fills that gap. Even if you flunked algebra, Oakley became an engineering professor after failing every class she took. You may now get all the resources you need to advance your knowledge in math and science, just like she did. Learning to employ focused thought and diffuse thinking is the first step to enhancing your analytical skills. While some of us are better at viewing the larger picture, others are typically too preoccupied with the smaller details to take note of anything else. To excel in math and science when learning complicated subjects, you need to employ both a big-picture perspective and a detail-oriented thinking style known as diffuse thinking. When we recall information that is already deeply ingrained in our thoughts, our concentrated mode activates. For instance, in order to multiply, you must use and combine the knowledge you already have about numbers. Contrarily, a diffuse style is superior while attempting to comprehend a novel idea. You need to look at the big picture in order to obtain fresh insights because you don't yet have anything in your brain to recollect. You may be feeling exhausted from all the discussion about thinking, but that's a good thing. After mastering these two problem-solving approaches, sleep is a crucial next step. Toxins naturally build up in our brains the longer we are awake. Sleep is essential for memory and learning because it purges the body of these damaging toxins. So, refrain from working through the night. You need a good night's sleep in order for any study strategy to be genuinely effective. It may seem like a good study strategy to pull an all-nighter, but you should give your brain time to assimilate new knowledge and let it sink in. Don't always be looking for a result. Instead, concentrate on the process. Even with months of preparation, training for marathons is still extremely difficult. Can you picture how challenging and terrible it would be if someone hadn't taken the time to properly prepare? Science and math both function similarly. Astrophysics is not a subject that can be learned in a single night. It is preferable to imagine the procedure as the laying of informational bricks. You must give the mortar some time to dry after installing the bricks. Unfortunately, many of us find it too simple to put off doing our math assignments since we find it tedious and challenging. This way of thinking results from concentrating on the notion that all we desire is to complete our work. Instead, if we frame our objective as I'll focus on this math homework for the next 15 minutes, it becomes much simpler just to get started. It's simpler to just go with the flow and relax when we focus exclusively on the learning process. We've told ourselves the reasons we enjoy studying just for the sake of it when we were having trouble. Consequently, embrace the process. You can relieve some of the strain on yourself by concentrating on enjoying the learning process rather than the outcome. For instance, when jogging, focus on the adrenaline and the fresh air rather than timing yourself. Exams themselves are wonderful learning opportunities. All of us have taken tests in the past, and the majority of us dislike them. But what if every exam we took served as a beneficial learning opportunity that improved our skills? In one study on this so-called testing effect, two groups watched a PowerPoint presentation. Every few slides, participants in one group had to respond to a question regarding what they had just seen. In the end, this group outperformed the control group, which didn't receive any questions in between slides. On the final exam, it's crucial to take examinations in order to practice managing anxiety. Even though increasing cortisol seems awful, understanding how to deal with it increases our chances of success. You do substantially better if you think, I'm excited to show how much I know so I experience an adrenaline rush, as opposed to, I'm terrified to take this test. Take practice exams. Something becomes less intimidating as you practice it. You'll feel more at ease in these situations in the classroom if you create your own test moments at home, where there is no noise from the phone or other devices. You can learn math and science from anyone, and a mind for numbers will demonstrate how information is absorbed by people and how we may do it more effectively. No matter how much you like or dislike math, this is a terrific book.